Hey guys, if you're anything like me, you love writing songs. So in today's video, I'm going to talk through all the key aspects of writing songs and give you like a few main areas of focus. Before I get into it, if you could leave a like and also subscribe, that would be great. And let me know if I missed anything out in the comments. One of the most important things when storytelling in songs is lyrics and sort of structure of the lyrics. The prime example of this is for most songs, it would be verse, chorus, verse again, chorus again, a bridge / middle eight, another chorus, and then maybe a final chorus, depending on if it fits the mood of the song. It's also important when storytelling to have a good storyline. So if you're writing a song about relationships, for example, which I think is probably the easiest for most people, you could first of all describe the person that you're talking about. So I would describe the setting, maybe the date, maybe the girl herself. All these things are really good to sort of capture the audience and to lay the foundations for people to listen to the rest of the track. Now this doesn't have to be slap in the face, so you can either describe somebody by just saying it how it is. So you can say, okay, yeah, this girl has brown hair, or you can use like metaphors and say, oh, if her hair was blonde, golden waterfall, or something to that effect. Just it's more subtle and it sounds a lot more mystical almost, and it fits with more of a storytelling vibe. Think of it as every time I'm writing a song, I'm writing it from the perspective of like the Lord of the Rings writers or something like that. So it's always got that extra edge, that extra bit of story, which helps grip the audience and make the song sound interesting. It's also important when writing lyrics that all the syllables line up. So this is something that a lot of rappers call flow, but it works with normal lyrics as well. So if the syllables in each line don't line up to how you want them, then you'll sound that it all sounds a bit disjointed. Whereas if all the syllables line up, so I've got a song that sounds like this. Hi, I guess I'm in a new pub in a new town with a new sound I wrote down and you're watching me now. Well, let me take you on a journey to the centre of the earth. Maybe you could jump my party, really pay me what I'm worth. And I don't know what I'm undertaking. I set myself a challenge and began to making songs in my room, songs on my phone. I'm spending nights alone. You can see that all the syllables line up nicely, which means the song flows well and you're more likely to listen to it for longer.
Oh my god, these girls, they drive me wild. Oh my god, these girls, they
set the scene. Make sure the scene is set. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you at a coffee shop? Are you in a bedroom? Are you at a park? Are you on a roller coaster? All these different things. It's important to describe and another options for you to talk about. This is a massive thing for getting through mental block as well, writer's block. If you think about, okay, where am I going to be? And just pick a random location, you can describe what you can imagine seeing, and that's the song written already. Generally, the wackier you are, the better as well. So if you can write sort of crazy things, it's a lot more fun, number one, and number two, it grips the audience so much better.
my god, these beautiful girls, they drive me wild. One look at her face, one look at her eyes, they stare you down.
Mood and tone are super important when you're writing a song. You don't want to have a really sort of heavy metal rock song about a nice gentle love story, or you don't want to have a really rough, angry based song that is sung really softly and really kind of. The mood of the song must fit the topic. Mood and tone is generally set by the instrumentation itself. If it's a guitar and a voice, then you can do softer chords to say that the mood is sort of calmer, and softer singing as well. Make sure to keep dynamics in your singing and in your songwriting as well, because you want to have quiet sections and you want to build up maybe in the choruses, bring it back down. Mid to late you can sort of do what you want. You can strip it all the way back, or you can make it louder and sort of a big triumphant moment. It's completely up to you how you want to approach it. Quick interruption, make sure you like the video if you're finding value. If you really want to support me, you can leave a comment, like let me know what you're thinking of the video, any ideas you've got for the future.
When I'm all swept up with loving you, make me wanna parachute, 'cause
Another key area is the point of view of the song. So if I'm writing a song about a date that I've been on, I might say, okay, I saw you across the room, I saw your brown hair, it's always me. You could decide to say, okay, I'm going to flip it around, I'm going to do it from the perspective of the girl. So then you start describing yourself and maybe the impressions that you'd give off. These things are really key, as you can really change up how a song feels depending on the perspective. It will also make you think from a different direction, maybe take the song somewhere you wouldn't have taken it otherwise. Another option is third person. Say you were a fly on the wall and you saw this date happening. What would you be seeing? What would you be saying? What would your impression of the whole situation be? Maybe you're the waitress behind the bar. You know, you're having a look and you're like, oh, okay, these two people are on a date. I wonder what they think. Another fun approach to this would be writing from my perspective for the first verse, the girl's perspective for the second verse. Maybe in the bridge you do a situational update almost of sort of how does the whole situation look. And then for the choruses, you can tie it all together. You can talk more generally. You could do it from third person, you could do it from first person again. It's completely up to you, but there's so many different angles you can explore when doing this. Plot twists are also very interesting to throw into a song. So you could start off with, oh, it's a lovely date, and by the third verse or bridge, you could be saying, but now we've broken up, or she cheated on me, or he cheated on me, I cheated on her, didn't like the mum and dad, or she got run over. Like, it's terrible, but you can do all these different things. You can really change the story, and that can change the whole meaning of the song just with that plot twist in the third verse. The chorus can also be hinting to something, or the first verse could hint to something in the third verse. Chorus could hint to something in the third verse. You could even have ambiguity in verse 1 and verse 2, which then gets resolved in verse 3, using the chorus as almost breaks between the storyline. Hey guys, real quick, I've got a website out to celebrate 3,000 subscribers. I've actually started selling t-shirts and hoodies, so if you want either of them or you just want to take a look in the description, and also I might put it in the first link of the comments as well. Just a link to the website. It's willtaylor.shop. I ship everywhere in the world. If you like what you see, grab yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie. Collaborative songwriting is another really great way to improve your songwriting and also tell a better story. If you're working with somebody else, then you're more likely to come up with different ideas because they're going to push you in a different direction. New ideas will spur off of each other's. Somebody might say, oh, okay, well, we're going to be in a park. You might not have thought of a park, meaning that you then come up with another idea. Maybe that leads you down the path of, oh, okay, so then we were on the swings, or then we were walking home from the park. You know, it's all these different ideas that you wouldn't have otherwise come up with if you weren't working with somebody else. Now, I know if you're anything like me, you do most of your songwriting by yourself, but maybe you've got a friend, or you just know another songwriter. You send across an idea to them, they might be able to say, oh, actually, you could add this bit in here, or you could take the story in this direction. Working as part of a team with somebody else is great experience as well for working sort of in the industry. You're always going to be working with different people, and learning to be more objective about your own thoughts and your own creatives, it's so important. Also taking on board criticism. So somebody else might say that an idea that you think is really good, they don't think it would appeal. So you've got to sort of use your own judgment on, okay, well, if this person doesn't think it's good, how many other people wouldn't think it was good? How many people would think it's good? And then come up with the decision yourself. Another way to collaboratively songwrite is to have somebody play the music and you sing, or you play the music and somebody else sing. Maybe you can do both. Somebody can lay down some guitar and you do a solo over the top, or you can sing some riffs and somebody else sings harmonies. So you've got more options if you write with more people. You do want to always avoid, of course, too many chefs in the kitchen. If you've got way too many ideas flying around, nothing will actually get written, nothing will get done, you won't be as productive. But you might learn something from the experience of just having almost like a brainstorming session with other people. You might then have takeaways from that session, put those ideas into lots of separate songs that you write by yourself. The song doesn't have to be emotionally charged. It can also be like a story. I think of it like I'm writing a book, or like I'm writing a film. It's just a story at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be emotional. It doesn't have to be from the middle of the heart. You can do that, and that's fine if you've got the inspiration, but to break through writer's block, you can just think of it as you're writing a story. This also helps me come up with new ideas and almost template out what a song's going to be. I know that if I'm struggling, I'll write my easy songs, which are basically me just saying, okay, in a story, I'm going to go on a date, I'm going to describe what she looks like, I'm going to describe what the food was, what the drink was, what activity we do. The chorus, do I want it to be a love song, I'm falling in love? Do I want it to be somebody I'm already in a relationship with? Do I want it to be, I think the relationship's coming to an end? In the third verse, I can sum up all of those emotions, what I would be feeling, and generally the songs write themselves from that perspective for me. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. It helps me out an absolute ton. Also, if you could press the share button and copy link, you don't have to send it to anyone, although if you do, that would be amazing. But it just counts as a share in the algorithm, which helps boost me out to more and more people.
Oh my God, these beautiful girls, they drive me wild. One look at her face, one look at her eyes, they stare you